Between crashes, sickness, getting kicked off my team, and a baby on the way, I literally have no idea what racing in 2021 is going to look like. Man, 2020 was really good up to about July. Yeah, even in the midst of like the pandemic and everything, I was still training, I was still motivated. In my mind, cyclocross was still gonna happen. I was gonna go to Worlds. That was the goal, was to go to Worlds in 2021 so that I would make the Worlds team in 2022 Arkansas a little bit easier. And that was the goal. I trained, I did, you know, a mock DK 200. Yeah, since I didn't finish back in 2019, 2020 was like my year of redemption for DK 200. So I still did my Dirty Canceled in May. I went out and did my 200-mile ride.
About to roll out for the DK 200 DIY gravel.
Got that in, trained all the way up to the end of June. Fitness was at an all-time high, and I took a 2-week vacation. Me and CJ went down to North Carolina. It was a bunch of fun. I get back, I race a crit, and surprisingly do really well. Not bragging, but the Kentucky State Crit Championship is on this couch right now. And then after that, yeah, things just went south. Yeah, I got some kind of weird sickness where I just was not feeling good for probably 2 weeks. I would try to do tempo, my heart rate would just spike. It wasn't COVID, so I didn't know what to do. And eventually that kind of started to go away. I started to feel good right in the middle of August, and then I crashed. So went down, there's a hill about a mile from where I live. Luckily, I was only about a mile or two from where I live. And I was coming off this descent and slid out, hit a little patch of gravel, about 40 miles per hour, slid all the way across the other lane of traffic. Not a fun time at all. Thank God there wasn't a car coming up the hill. That would have been really bad, but so that wiped me out solid for 2 weeks. In the midst of all that, I had to go get braces while I had road rash. So I didn't ride for a solid 2 weeks. Totally wiped me out. I started to get back into riding a little bit, and then October, we find out that CJ is pregnant and kind of go into like freak out mode. I had already kind of wanted to build an external office, so in October, after hearing she was pregnant, I decided, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna build this external office, which is where I am right now. And we're gonna call it the Tower. So that took a solid 2 to 3 weeks of like no riding, and then I started to ride a little bit as I was finishing it up, because I really wanted to get it finished before winter rolled in, because that would be bad. So, and then since then, end of November, all of December, and even early January, I mean, like fitness was really, I was starting to get the ball rolling, started to get fitness back up to where it was, and I could just feel the momentum coming. All right, 2021 is here, hopefully there's racing. And then right in the middle of January, I got sick with COVID, tested positive. It wiped me out for like 8 or 9 days where I was basically on the couch the whole time. And it was rough. And then so I didn't ride for 2 weeks. The first week back of riding was just chill rides, and now I'm here right now this week and starting to feel better. So, and the fitness is there. I'm motivated. It seems like there's a lot of stuff being released that racing is gonna happen this year. So I'm motivated and ready to go, and that's kind of where I am right now. Yeah, so usually I split my year into 2 chunks. I'll do a summer focused racing season where I'll do, like, the past couple years I've been doing gravel, mountain bike stuff, a little bit of road racing just for fun, and then my primary season's in the winter, and that's cyclocross focused. And this year was gonna look a little different than that just because COVID mixed up some things. I'm not on that gravel mountain bike team I was on, so the primary focus was gonna be crit racing. I actually joined a local road team, Texas Roadhouse. Skin suit, windsuit, baby! And so I'll be focusing on crit racing, the USA Crit Series, and that doesn't start till June, and it goes till September, I think September, October. And so that's gonna be the primary focus. And because it doesn't start till like June, I was hoping, okay, I'll do like a preseason gravel season in the spring. I'll hit the Mid-South and both of the BWRs in May, but unfortunately all of that got nicked. Mid-South is virtual and both of the BWRs got pushed later in the year, and I won't be able to do those now because of conflicts with schedules. So yeah, so really it's just gonna be some crit racing over the summer and into the fall, and then I'm hoping to just ride that fitness right into the World Cups. The US World Cups just got released a couple weeks ago. In the middle of October, you've got the Waterloo World Cup, Fayetteville, and the Iowa City World Cup, and I've done those the past couple years. I don't know how they're going to figure out who gets to do them. There is about a month of UCI races before that, so hopefully I'll be able to do those World Cups. That's the goal. Take a little bit of a break and then ramp back up for most of the Pro CX calendar, which was just released this week. That's you know, super exciting. I can't wait for that. It looks like it's going to be a good series of races. Not gonna hit all those, but all the ones that I can drive to for sure. And then nationals, I think, in Chicago, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, and the training goes well from now till then, I'll be at the Arkansas World Championships next January. Oh, you didn't want me to wear this for the interview? Oh, my bad. About a month ago, CJ made me watch The Sound of Music for the very first time, totally against my will. The head nun in that movie says, when God closes one door, he opens a window. And I definitely feel like that is my situation right now. I was let go of my cyclocross team, and just from talking to a local guy, Curtis Tolson, who I'm good friends with, he had asked me to race on the Texas Roadhouse Elite Racing Team, based out of here in Louisville, Kentucky. And at first I couldn't tell if he was serious or not. I haven't done that much road racing in the past few years, so I don't know what he is basing this decision off of. But I jumped on the opportunity, and now I'm on the Texas Roadhouse team with the likes of Danny Summerhill and Daniel Holloway and Hedgeberry. So like, these dudes are like trying to go to the Olympics right now, and I'm just training. So yeah, it's kind of scary, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually super excited. Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to race. I think it's going to be a good summer of crit racing. So yeah, I'll be focusing on the USA Crit Series that starts in June in Tulsa. Can't wait. Never done that race. Actually, I've never done any of these USA Crits races. Of course, I am through and through a cyclocross racer. Those are my roots. I think no matter what, I will always describe myself or think of myself as a cyclocross racer, no matter what. But in the meantime, I am without a cyclocross team. I have 0 UCI points. I haven't raced a real cross race since 2019. I haven't had a real cross bike since that race in 2019 until about a week ago. I finally got a cross bike. And so yeah, it doesn't feel like much of a cyclocross racer right now, but I'm optimistic for this fall. And just so everything's clear, I'm super grateful for the SDG team. About 2 years ago, they took a huge risk on me. And I'm extremely grateful for that. I hadn't raced much the year before, and they had just heard that I was wanting to get more into racing. And so back into racing. And so they took a risk on me and added me to the roster. And when I was talking to Dave Sheik, the first few times when we were sorting everything out, he had been looking at some of my workouts and stuff like that, and he had said that his goal for me personally was that I should win an elite cyclocross national championship within 3 years. Well, my response to him was, well, why not this year? Because that year, Nationals happened to be right down the street from my house in Louisville, and I came pretty close. I was 4th place that year. The following year, in 2019, I was 6th place, and then the 3rd year would have been 2020, and unfortunately the pandemic stopped that. So unfortunately, we won't get to see that come to fruition, at least with the SDG team, because unfortunately, because of the hard times and everything like that, they had to let me go, and it was sad for them to let me go, and it was sad for me to be let go. Like, I want to be clear there. I don't think it was malicious or anything like that. It was just tough. It's just tough times. And so I just want to say here on the outset, like, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Dave. The last 2 years have probably been some of the funnest years of racing I had ever had. And on top of that, some of the most successful years of racing I've ever had. So I'm grateful for that. So I've got a few potential options I'm working through right now. Nothing's set in stone, nothing solid. It's not surprising that most sponsors aren't too excited to sponsor somebody if all you have to offer are some results from 2 years ago. So that's going to be kind of tough, but I'm hoping for the best. Realistically, I really want to do the World Cups in the fall and then transition into that Pro CX calendar, Pan Am's, Nationals, and then all chips in for Arkansas Worlds. I raced in the last US World Championships when they were in here in Louisville, and I want to again in Arkansas. I think my mom would love to watch me race in an elite World Championships. Yeah, that's right. Little Junior Dizzle is gonna be shredding it around on a Strider in the backyard here in a few months, couple years. Actually, it could be a little shredder chick. We're not really sure. We're not finding out the gender. So that's exciting. But yeah, baby on the way. We found out in October. The due date is May 28th. And so I won't be at DK this year. Or Unbound. I won't be there this year because of that. I will be, bonding with my son or daughter. Wow, that's crazy. And scary. What a serious thing to, like, there's this little life and you're like responsible for it. So yeah, I'm kind of freaking out because that's just huge, and I don't want to, I just don't want to mess up. I really want to be a good dad. I want to be there. I want to have fun. Just want to be present, like, all the time. I want to point my son or daughter to Jesus. So yeah, that's coming up, and I literally have no idea what that means for racing. I'm hoping for the best. I'm really, really hoping that I can still race. We'll see how the crit season goes with Texas Roadhouse having, a newborn. CJ's super supportive, so she wants me to continue to race. She realizes how passionate I am about it. But more important than racing, man, I really want to be a good dad. And so that's going to take priority, I think, really quickly. But I am optimistic that I'll be able to do both. Hashtag Dad Watts. So as you can tell, I'm super passionate about all kinds of different things. I mean, I love to race my bike. I love coaching. I love Jesus, and I want to love this kid with all of my heart. So with all of that being said, I wholeheartedly want to continue to pursue all of those passions, no matter what, as long as the Lord allows me to do that. That is where I'm going for 2021. Oh, that wasn't what it was supposed to happen. You think if I wear this to the restaurant, they'd give me a discount? I'm all about discounts. Yeah, I'll have the roadkill, and can you bring me some extra rolls? Yep, thanks, man.